I am Autumn. For 3 decades, I've been hiding under the name of Debbie Jensen as a permanent cosmetic artist in my studio salon. I shared the secret that I'm a light worker with only a few select people who I felt could believe me and understand me. I did not share my truth with many. I'm stepping out on a new journey, and I'm shedding my cape, and I'm asking you all to do the same. Our time has come. Our truth has come, and it's time for us all to step out. I'm going to ask you to stand with me. And for those of you who are ready to step across the darkness, across your fear, into the light, I ask that you close your eyes. And breathe deeply. Picture a light coming down from the universe, entering the crown of your head. And imagine the light surrounding and coming down the left side of your body, over the top of your left shoulder, down the outer part of your left arm, around your fingers, back up the inside of your left arm to your armpit, down the left side of your body, flowing down underneath your left foot, coming back up the inside of your left leg, and moving over to your right leg, down the inside of your right leg, underneath your right foot, back up the right side of your body to your right armpit, down the inside of your right arm, around your fingertips, the outer side of your right arm, up your right shoulder, and back up to your crown. This light surrounds you on the sides of your body. And now imagine that light as it comes down the front of you, down the front of your face, all the way down your body, down under your feet, and back up the back part of you. And clear back up through your head to the top of your head and landing at the crown. And now imagine that same light coming up from Mother Earth, right between your legs and up through the center of your body, like the strand of a DNA cell, twisting and turning all the way up to the crown. This is the circulation of the bodies of light. What I ask you to embrace now. And you are surrounded in love and light and truth. And when you're complete, open your eyes and you can have a seat again. A few years ago, a good friend of mine came to me and she said, "Autumn, it appears to me that you're hanging out with some shady people and they seem to be different. And I'm really worried about you because I'm afraid you're getting involved in witchcraft." And she hadn't really come to a place of understanding, if those of you who sat in and listened to truth. She had not come to a place of understanding, of knowing what witchcraft really is. And so I said, friend, I'm living my truth. I am now ready to live my truth. And you have a choice to walk away from me or stay, but this is who I am, and I will no longer hide. And I don't see anything about darkness in anything that I do. So a few weeks later, her husband became pretty ill, and I went over to check on him, and he said, hey, could you do some of that weird Reiki stuff on me that you do? He said, I'm willing to try anything. I feel so crummy. I'm willing to try anything. So I said, sure. So I took her in with me. I said, come on in and see what it is I do. Knowing that this was my one opportunity to really stand for what I believe. For someone that is pretty closed-minded and not sure if she's entering the dungeon. But she came in, and I did some Reiki on him. And then I went home, and I built an altar, and I put his name in there. I built a grid, added his name, and I charged up that grid with his name. And a few weeks later, she called and said, you know, he's feeling better. And I said, guess that makes me a part-time witch. I have done Reiki on a select few, as I said. And I have a few that are regulars. One is a man. And he's pretty high standing in his church, but he has embraced me and the healing powers that I give to him when he comes. So when he comes for a treatment, I drum him. I lay stones on his body. I send him Reiki. And he came to me one day and he said, I'm having a real problem with a huge amount of debt. I can't seem to get myself out of debt. And the government's coming after me. I owe so many taxes. I don't see a way out of this. And I feel like my life is not worth anything. Because if I leave my wife with this much debt, if I burden my family with this much debt, I feel worthless. And I don't want to live anymore. I said, okay. We drum you. We did Reiki on him. But then I went a step further and I wrote out a spell for him, put it on my altar, and I sent the spell home with him with a crystal, and I said, I want you to look in the mirror every morning and read this spell out loud. Guess what happened? This is about 2 months later. He came back for another treatment and he said, you're not going to believe what happened. I went to my mailbox and my sister, who has not spoken to me in 20 years, who is a billionaire, sent me a check for $20,000 with a note saying, I'm sorry. And he said, that's enough money to pull me out of this darkness and get me back on my feet. And he said, what are you, some kind of shaman? I said, oh, part-time. So I'm a part-time witch and a part-time shaman and a part-time Reiki Master. And we could give ourselves a whole bunch of labels, right, about what we are and what that means. I'm a light worker. I'm here to do what I can do for humanity. I'm here to use my voice and step out of this silence that keeps me only telling a few select people what I do. I'm here to change the world. I'm here to be a leader. And I think you all are too, or you wouldn't be in this room right now. And if you have not heard that call yet, let me tell you something that happened just a few days ago. So this is something that I'm saying, right? And I'm trying to embody all of this and live my life this way. And it looks like this great big unattainable thing to be this healer, to walk in the light, to always be positive, to always help other people, right? So I have a very dear friend, somebody I love so, so, so much. And she and I, we got this idea for a super cool project we wanted to do. So we started working on this project. And as we were working on these things and everything was going along really well, we were understanding one another really well, and some things happened in her life. And her life kind of started to slowly tip upside down. Just challenges that we all have. It was nothing specific. It wasn't like a big catastrophic thing that happened in her life. But it were all these challenges that kept adding up and adding up and adding up. And I was so focused on our project together that I was missing the signs. And I was seeing her struggle, and I was talking to her and being her friend, and, you know, maybe giving her my little tidbit of advice here and there. But I wasn't seeing her in the full depth of her pain. Until one day, I was thinking to myself, how hard can it be to just answer an email? Because I just needed a yes or no. It was a simple thing to me. But the thing that I had missed is that she had dropped so far into her despair, and I had missed it. And she said, Autumn, I feel like I'm sinking. And I thought, who am I? Because if I'm going to live the way that I say I'm here to live, I just missed the most important thing. That project had become more important. We had deadlines. We had money invested. We had all these things that were so important. And what I really needed to do is just say, I gotcha. I got ya. I got ya. I've got you. You're my sister. I've got you. Right? What happens when being a light worker becomes that? What happens when we all step in and we just say, I got you. If it's just for today, if it's for a week, I got you. How will our lives change? Would she have known right away how crucially important she is to me? Because it doesn't matter to me if this whole project goes south. It doesn't matter to me if I lose every dime I have. It doesn't matter to me if I lose my house. As long as I've got my sister, I've got you. So I'm calling you all out. You know who you are. What we are here to do is so important. It has never, ever, in this day and age, in our lifetimes, it has never been more important than it is right now. If you're a light worker, if you think you're a light worker, it's time to come out. It's time. There's so many ways to change this world. So many ways. But I believe our way is the best way. I believe it's the most important way. It's the easiest way because we'll be stepping into our truths. It's time. It really is time. Step into who you really are. Own the gifts that you were given. Every one of them. And do you feel the power that happens when you just take somebody's hand and say, I've got you? Do you feel how that magnifies the power of you? The power of one becomes the power of what? 10? 20? Do we grow to 30? Do we grow to 100? 100,000? And what happens if 100,000 people take the hand of 100,000 more and say, I've got you? How will we change this world? I've been hiding for 3 decades. I've had my share of struggles just like everyone else. I've lost my way. I've awakened. First time I awakened, I was 22 years old. I was meditating every single night. I had very divine experiences with Christ himself. And then something happened in my life that spiraled me down into the depths of hell. My husband got cancer. And it was so painful that I couldn't even maintain my own connection to the light, even though it was that powerful, even though I was having experiences with Christ himself. And I went numb. And I couldn't even sleep at night. Because everything hurt so bad, I went numb, completely numb. And I stayed there for 9 years. Until one day, somebody spoke up. Someone that we all have inside of us. Our magical self, the higher self. And I don't know about you guys, but if your magical self is like my magical self, she was like, what is this shit you are doing? Who are you hiding from, girl? Who do you think you are? Are you living your truth? And you know what I had to say? No, kind of been failing in that department. It's time to wake up. And so I started to listen to her, and guess what she said? You came here to be a leader. How are you going to lead from your basement room doing Reiki on 2 people a week for free? Where are we going with this? Because I don't see us getting anywhere. Yeah. Who knows their higher self? You want to know her better? I want to walk you into her. Go ahead and close your eyes. My glasses. I want you to relax and get comfortable. Close your eyes. I want you to breathe deeply. And as you relax, take yourself down into the deep meditative state, the deepest state you can go. Breathe. Bring your awareness to the center of your chest, your heart center. Imagine a sparkling light above you. The light is gold and green, and it shines down from above you. Within the light, gold sparkles float in the air, descending into your heart center. Feel the magical glow of this light as it permeates your chest and completely fills it with light. This radiant light offers you complete, unconditional love and is free from any judgment. This light, with its glittering green and gold, has magical powers to heal you and others. There is someone present who I'd like you to meet, the Divine One, who is constant and she never changes. She's not only magical, she can't be harmed and she cannot be shamed. She knows all things, has access to all possibilities, all wisdom, all answers. She is the majesty of your soul. See her standing before you, your magical self. Do you see her? What does she look like? Is she moving or is she standing still? What is she wearing? What do you notice about her hair and her face? How tall is she? Is she etheric? Or is she a badass? Look into her eyes. Does she have a message for you? Do you hear her? Listen. Now see yourself standing before your magical self. How do you feel about yourself? Do you like who you see in the mirror? Do you sabotage yourself from fulfilling your own dreams? Do you judge yourself and your choices? Is there anyone you're holding a grudge against? Are there things that you've done that you feel badly about and you wish you could just do them over and do it different? Or have you forgiven yourself? Have you struggled to live up to your own expectations or the expectations of others? Go ahead and take a moment to bring these thoughts into your awareness. Picture in your mind all those people who have hurt you, abandoned you, disrespected you. Now imagine that this magical glitter is falling all around you. It's accumulating on the ground beneath you. Reach down and pick up a handful. Sprinkle it all around yourself and all of those people, and say to all the people who stand before you, my magical self is the champion of me. I will no longer allow energies into my life that do not serve my highest good. I forgive myself. I forgive all who I've struggled with. I open to my own truth. And I forgive all who have stood in my way. including myself. Watch this magical glitter enfold the people descending around them. Take a deep breath and release. See all of the people fade away. They're gone. Now, using your own magical inner sight, see yourself through the eyes of your magical self. How does she see you? Is it different than the way you see yourself? Now I'd like you to gather up one last time a great big handful of this glitter, as much as you can hold, and throw it high up into the air. Allow it to fall all around you again. Do you see it falling? Resting in your hair, entering your heart center, sticking to your feet. In your mind, say to your magical self, I love you. I trust you. I know that you will always lead me to the truest version of myself. I am beautiful and I am wise. I am my guiding light. I am everything and everything is me. I have the magical power to manifest all that I desire and need. When you're ready, hug your magical self and tell her that you'll talk to her again soon. Set a date. She will be available anytime you need her. Slowly return to your awareness. Wiggle your fingers and toes. When you're ready, open your eyes. I'm gifting you this meditation. It'll show up in your inbox, and you can use it again and again anytime that you feel the need to get guided back into meeting your highest self. I believe it's 44222, and you text the word light 7 44222, and the word is light, L-I-G-H-T 7, the number 7. That's my free gift to you. Now, as I have walked this journey myself, there's a few things that I've learned, and like I said, it took me 9 years to come back out of that numbness, and I kept pretty good notes on this. So if you feel that your time has come and you would like to join me, I have an online program starting on November 28th. And this will be done through Zoom, and also weekly lessons that I send to you that you can do in your own time. And it's called Uncovering Your Undercover Lightworker. And I'm going to share my journey with you in detail, in depth. And I'm going to walk with you through your own journey and help you uncover your own truths, if you're ready. And if I have the honor of having, I only have space for 20 in this program, so those 20 that choose in with me, I will be honored to have you. And the rest of you, just keep going in your own truth. And know that I've got you.